Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Junior.
And I am Lissari.
And we're
the Nerdy Bros.
Welcome back. 3 weeks later.
Shh. That's why I said I was sorry.
2022.
And here's the thing. The reason I'm apologizing is
because
we
can just go through it.
Well, no, but I'm just saying, we wouldn't have missed the past 3 weeks if, I think because it was for both of us. I killed the mood when I messed up the really cool podcast that we were doing 3 weeks ago.
Yes. So, okay. So I had COVID 1 week.
That happened too.
That fucked me up. And then Tito messed up the recording for one, so that kind of fucked everything up. And then this last week, we were just pieces of shit.
Hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Yeah, so that happened. But we're not going to miss this year. 2022 is our year.
It's the year of not missing. It's the back fat, stupid.
This is our year. This is our year! We had a lot of bad shit happen to us in 2021.
Yeah. We don't have to talk about it. We won't get into that. That's for our therapist that we don't ever use. Have.
Or have. You go to therapy to work out your problems, Mike, not bang your therapist. All right. Anyway.
Moving things right along, guys. Again, we do miss you. So normally at the start of the episode, I do something called Junior's Hot Take. And that's the part of the episode where I talk to Junior about something new and upcoming and get his hot take and hot opinion on it. However, we're going to be talking about some newer stuff coming out this year and what our expectations for the year is. So we're going to skip over that real quick because there's no point of it because we're going to be talking about a lot of new shit.
Also, happy Friday because you're now going to be listening to us or watching us on Fridays. That's the new day that we're doing the podcast now.
Yeah.
Why? Just because it's easier for our schedules.
So it really is.
It should have been from the beginning, but we just did it.
Well, but I remember you had kind of looked up when was the better day to do it, and technically a lot of people consider Friday to be the start of the weekend, so you still thought that a weekday was better for it to come out on.
Well, I feel like most podcasts are between Mondays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
So, that's why I was not Friday, but I mean, people still go to work on Friday, so you can still listen to us on the way.
Not me, but
on the way
people,
back. Yeah. So
it's just
normal
easier.
People. Finland is actually going to be one of those people not doing that. They're about to implement a 4-day work week, Monday through Thursday, and 6-hour shifts.
Yeah. I did see something about that.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Eliminating a whole other day, so 3 days for the weekend and only 6-hour shifts instead of 8s.
Yeah. I don't I feel like that sounds fine and
I mean,
awesome.
if you get paid more, would you do it? If they're not
more, if they're just here, we'll give you more and you can work less, who wouldn't do that?
Well, yeah, because think about it, right? So if you work 40 hours and we pay you $10 an hour for 40 hours, you're making $400. But if all of a sudden we go, we're only going to do 4 days and it's only going to be 6 hours, so now you're only working 24 hours, but they still only paid you $10, you'd only be making $240 a week. So, but what if they were
there's a
we're going to get the increase, so it's still $400
there's a lot of
week.
Unanswered questions for what that's apparently supposed to look like. I mean,
they wouldn't be losing money if they pay you already $400 a week. They're still going to be paying you $400 a week. It's just for only 24 hours of work.
Yeah. But it's somewhere along the line, that would mean that the company's losing money though, because obviously they're not, depending on what's going on, they're not obviously putting out the same amount of product.
But think about it. That's only certain companies, because think about it. People also get sent home and they're like, we don't have work for you guys, so how about you just go home?
But that's not always. I don't know. There's too many unanswered questions. There's too many variables that I don't know fully. In theory, it sounds cool.
I mean, you already only work 3 days a week.
Yeah, that's not the point. I still bust my ass when I'm there. I work 12-hour shifts, not 6-hour shifts.
Yeah, but what if they told you 8-hour shifts?
And I got paid the same? Yes, I would come home. But I'm just not saying, just thinking about it from all sides, I just don't know that that's business savvy.
What if they increased it though? Okay, so right now you work 36 hours. What if they told you gotta work, it's only gonna be 8-hour shifts, but you have to work 4? Would you do that? You're still working less, it'll be 32 hours.
It would probably depend on what the hours look like. Nah.
I mean, you would lose. Right now. You have 4 days off.
No.
So you would go
no.
to 3 days off.
The hours.
No, I understand that.
From when to when. Because
10 to 6.
In the morning?
Yeah, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Oh, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.?
Yeah, 10 to 6. So that's an 8-hour shift.
Am I still working? So what's the extra day that I'm working, though? Wednesday?
Yeah, it would be like the next day.
Yeah, I could probably do that. That doesn't sound like a bad day at all.
So yeah, you work Sunday through Wednesday, and you're off Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
It's not going to happen, but...
But that would change stuff because think about it. Then you'd go out on a Saturday, and you know that you have to be at work
that's
at
true,
10 in the morning.
Yeah, I was about to say, technically, yeah. Technically, that's why I like this. I literally just talked about this with my boss because she was asking me like whether or not, what like my plans for the future were. She asked that like one question that me and my friends would make fun of each other back when I used to
What's
work
your
at
5-year plan?
Yeah, like Menards DC, they'd be like, "Are you a for lifer?" And I'm like, "Oh God, don't say that." And everyone knows that. Sometimes like you're like, "Oh, I have a good job. I get paid really well. I love my hours." But the moment someone says, "So you're gonna be here forever," you're like, "Oh God, dude, don't say that to me, please." But at the same time, it's like I don't necessarily have too many complaints. It's just, but because she asked me like if I wanted to move up or what I wanted to do, and it was just like, well, like I kind of want to go to security because they get paid more and it's less physically demanding. But like I was also like, Mom was always just like, why don't you try to go to like management and all this stuff? And I was like, dude, I don't want to get fired.
I don't want to be the man.
I don't want to get it's just like I don't want to get fired for arguing with the people above me because I'm gonna care about like all the people that I work with and And it's
that you used to work with. It would be I care about my subordinates.
Yeah, well, there's that thing too. Well, it's just like because sometimes people like I hate it when companies are just like, we care about all our workers. No, you don't. You don't know any of us. In fact, it would be weird if you cared about us. You don't know us. But yeah, I would just argue with people above me, like, you guys are being like assholes. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You're putting too much strain on the workers. When in reality, like, they're just looking at it as a business and their numbers are what's important to them. And that's part of their job too. So it's like, it's not that I hate them for it, but don't be fake. Don't sit there and be like, well, I care. We care that you, I always love this one. We want you to go home in the same way you got here. No, you just don't want to pay for the hospital bills. Just be honest about it. That's fine. I'm going on a tangent here.
Anyway, tell us how you really feel, Tino. Corporate America.
Yeah. God damn. No, I'm just kidding. I lost my train of thought. She was talking to me about that. There was a different story I was trying to get to. I was just... because, she asked me if I would ever move to a different shift. And I was like, hell no. When I was on S2, I had absolutely no life. And the other two shifts are the morning shifts, but both shifts start at 6 a.m. And I don't want to wake up that early. For 5 years, I had to wake up at like 6:20 to make it to work by 7. And that's when I started. And now I live like 45 minutes away from my job. So if I wanted to start at 6 a.m, I'd have to like leave by 5 a.m, which means I have to wake up earlier than that. That just sounds awful. I'm not trying to do any of that.
That's what Mom does.
Yeah, Mom does that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to wake up that early anymore.
You gotta wake up at like 4:30 in the morning so you can leave by 5.
That's why you were just like, yeah, why don't you just go to a morning shift? And it's like, hell no. No, God no. There's absolutely no call for that.
I mean, you get, I don't know. Nah, I don't know. What
Even if I lived close by, it's still waking up that. I don't like waking up to the alarms anymore. Like, let me just sleep.
No, I know.
Wake up.
That's why I'm the one that's like, Tito, it's fucking 5 o'clock. You haven't woke up yet, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Even at 5 p.m., you can't wake up.
Yeah. But I mean, I stay up for most of the night too. Although these past couple of weeks, I don't know what's happened to my sleep schedule. Because now it seems like I'm sleeping at a normal time. But now on my work days, I'm only sleeping like 3 to 4 hours. And I'm like, what is the matter with me?
Anyways,
guys.
9 minutes in, and what the fuck are we even talking about?
Tear down that wall.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. Has absolutely nothing to do with working anyway.
It's just... So anyways, guys, moving things a little further along.
That was a pretty good Ronald Reagan.
Yeah. We'll get to our fan favorite segment known as
Anime is an important part of our culture.
And there's a lot of stuff that's kind of happened in the anime world. So we talked about before the Jujutsu Kaisen movie, and apparently in 6 months, Funimation's gonna get it. That doesn't necessarily mean that it won't come out in theaters over here, though, because I'm pretty sure the
Mugen Train came out.
Mugen Train came out first in movie theaters, and then it still took like a month or two before it was on Funimation, I think.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean we're not going to get it right away. And also, some people usually are able to post it online too, if anyone can find it. Let me know where. But so there was that.
I want to watch. Would you really want to watch it on your phone?
Dude, for most of the One Piece movies, I found them all online, and I've watched them all. It was only the last couple of ones that like I couldn't freaking find them online. I don't care. I've watched a lot of the DC movies online too. Like someone like leaks it, and I could just watch all of it. It doesn't bother me. I've just gotten used to watching stuff on my phone. There's little times I'm laying in bed next to my giant TV and just watching Netflix instead of just turning it on the TV. It's just a comfort thing sometimes.
The phone is for me, the phone is a convenience. It's not about, it's like, hey, I can conveniently watch this anywhere I go. If I'm at home, I'm not watching it on my phone. You miss stuff. It's not the same size.
I wouldn't necessarily say that I miss stuff. Sometimes on a bigger screen, you could say that you miss stuff because you're focused on one part that you don't see the stuff happening off to the sides. And when it's a smaller screen, I can see all of it.
I disagree.
Reginald, I disagree. Attack on Titan, second part of season 4, coming out on the 9th. Extremely excited for that. I know My Hero's getting its next season this year already.
Yeah, it's always every year.
Yeah. They talked about that though.
This season should be good.
Yes, it should be good. I think somebody said that if what the writer was talking about in like an interview not that long ago, that the manga should be ending soon, which I didn't expect, just because like right at the beginning, Deku is like narrating whenever like he talks about like how the world is and everything, and he talks about like this is a story about how I became the #1 hero. So I always figured there at some point there was going to be like a time.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's time jumps in other anime, so why not in this one?
Well, I figured, and it didn't even have to be like a long one, but I just figured there would be one.
The problem is that like literally he just got out of like his first year of high school. Like it took this many seasons for our first year at UA has finally come to an end. It's like 5 seasons and you just finished your first year. What the fuck?
Here's the other thing, and it's the same thing. Like I've asked this question before, and I'm not entirely sure how it works because, like they said, like Oda talked about how the One Piece manga is ending, but it also showed, like, I think it showed like the first, I don't know, like 5-6 arcs of One Piece, and then it showed you how many manga books it is, and it was like an insane amount. So, like, and again, a lot of anime episodes get stretched out a little bit more because most fight scenes in like a manga are going to be like 2 to 3 pages maybe, and then the fight scene's kind of like over. They don't just do like constant like page and page and page and page and page of just an action sequence. So it's just like when you put that into a show, it makes the show longer. So yeah, so like the TV series or film adaptations of certain mangas are obviously going to be longer. So even though if everything goes according to the author's plan, the manga might be ending soon, I don't think that means that the anime is close to being done in any sense of like the word. So there's that. What? Oh no, I talked about Attack on Titan. Dr. Stone, I think it's getting its 3rd season this year too. I saw a bunch of stuff.
The second season was cool, but
you said it was quick though, right?
Yeah, it was like 12 episodes, and the first season was like 25.
Which I was about to say,
so
and
like,
literally just because we're talking about it, that usually doesn't happen. It's usually the reverse.
Yeah.
But Attack on Titan also did something like that too.
Well, and like the second season was called like the Stone Wars, which there wasn't much of a war. It was a preparation for the battle. There was like 2 or 3 episodes of battle, and then it ended. And then there was like a betrayal, and then the season ended. And I was like, 12 episodes? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like I was waiting for season 2, and I was like, oh, God damn it! Like it was cool, but I was like, come on, I want more than 12 episodes.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's about it. I know JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in season 6 on Netflix. Stone Ocean should be getting its 2nd part this year too, so I'm excited for that because the first part was pretty cool. But for now, that's all I've got for anime until we dive into everything else that we're going to be talking about on this episode. But yeah, that's what I got.
So segment over. All right. So basically, since we've been gone for 3 weeks, there's tons to talk about in the world of what we've been doing, playing, and watching. And I don't have any sort of list written down for this because I'm an idiot. But I have just platinumed Dark Souls remastered. So I had to do like 2.5 playthroughs of that game. It took me a week? More than a week?
I don't think more than a week. I mean, are you just talking about like hours in general, or just like
I mean, like over the days, not
Yeah.
hours in general. Hours in general, it probably took me like 5 days, if that. Actually, probably not even that. I don't think it took me that many. I mean, I could see how many hours I played it, but anyway, I got that platinum. I had to beat the game twice all the way through, and then halfway through the third playthrough, I was able to get the platinum.
Did you fight all the bosses on the second playthrough like you did in the first one, or no?
The second playthrough, I only skipped 2 bosses. I skipped the fire stray demon one.
Oh yeah,
And the
fire
and the cat and the centipede. Those are the only 2 I skipped the second playthrough because they're the only ones you don't have to. You don't even get boss souls from them, so I didn't even have to skip. I didn't even have to fight them the first playthrough if I didn't want to either.
No, yes you did. Yes you did. Because you need the lava ring.
No, you don't. You don't need the lava ring.
Oh.
Otherwise, how did I do the other thing?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, the lava ring's only for the items then.
Yes, a lava ring is only so that you can run around through the lava and grab items. You don't need to fight either of those demons. You only have to fight the ones that you get boss souls from that you have to make weapons from. So yeah, I didn't have to fight them the first playthrough, but I did. I mean, it didn't take like too much more time. The bosses are pretty much back to back.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was playing that. I think I'm going to start playing Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin,
You
right?
think?
Yeah. Well, there's like other games that I also have but yeah.
To have.
I'm probably going to play that one. Movie wise, I don't know. Like we talked about, we watched like 2 Christmas movies. But by the way, like Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody and Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched
Just Friends
and Elf.
And I just threw on Elf as background noise.
That's
and
it.
both of them were like Christmas Eve that we watched. No, Christmas Day that we watched.
Yeah,
them.
Christmas Day.
Yo, Christmas Day food was so good though. God.
Yes. Thank you, me. I couldn't taste it still.
Yeah.
I lost my taste and my smell. So
It hasn't all come back.
It hasn't all come back yet. So I didn't like taste any of the food during Christmas time. But I still cooked it.
Yeah, just that.
TV shows, I don't know, like a lot of shows have been on hiatus, so there hasn't really been a bunch of TV to watch.
I feel like you have been playing a lot of video games recently.
Yeah, but like that's what I've been playing.
Mm-hmm.
Because before that, I got the plat for another game of yours. Was my last platinum before that Guardians of the Galaxy, I think.
Yes, that was your last platinum before Dark Souls.
So yeah, I kind of I took a little break from video games.
No, it wasn't. Lego DC Supervillains was.
Oh yeah, we did that one together. Yeah.
Did we talk about getting the platinum on the podcast, or was that?
No, I don't think so. We just got it. Yeah,
yeah.
we got the platinum on DC Supervillains together
And then I bought I bought the season pass for $3.
for the DLC stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We've only done like 3 extra missions on that, 2 or 3.
The Aquamans.
Yeah, and I think maybe one other one.
The Young Justice.
Yes.
Speaking of
Yes.
Young Justice, God, that show's so good.
Yeah, but yeah, like a lot of shows have been in like a hiatus. Oh, I did finish TV show Swagger on Apple TV Plus, which is about basketball. And The Shrink Next Door, which is based on a true story with Paul Rudd and Will Ferrell.
And you said Paul Rudd was amazing in it, right?
Yeah, they're both good, but like, yes, Paul Rudd plays a fucking despicable, shitty fucking character, and it's really good. That show's really good. But yeah, that season just ended. I'm pretty sure it's just over. I think it's a one and done season.
It's not, and it by no means is it a comedy, right?
There's funny parts,
But
but it's not a comedy.
it's not a comedy. Because do you know Will Ferrell and anything else that's serious?
Will Ferrell's done like a few things. Isn't there one where like he sells all of his belongings? Like I think that it's called like this Everything Must Go. I think that's the name of the movie. Where like his wife just passed away or something, and he sells all of his belongings because he wants to like go on a trip or something like that. And then there's one where he has like depression. I think it might be that same movie.
Yeah, I think that might be the only other serious thing. Because the only other one that I can remotely think is a little serious still ends up being kind of funny, and that's the one where he's like the main character of a novel that's being written, and like he can hear the author.
Oh yeah.
That movie's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's got Maggie Gyllenhaal in it.
Gators bitches better be wearing Jimmys.
That's a different movie.
I know. That's the other guys.
Gator needs his cat.
Yeah. So I finished those two shows on Apple TV Plus. Again, Apple TV Plus has like not made a fucking misstep yet.
Can no do wrong.
Can no do wrong. You nailed it, Tito. Apple TV Plus can no do wrong. We're gonna put that in a t-shirt.
Yeah.
But movies. Spider-Man. We saw Spider-Man. That was fucking amazing. We saw Matrix. That was a money grab. We can get into that in a second. But yeah, Spider-Man was fucking amazing. Hopefully everybody's seen it by then, because I mean everybody should know all of the Spider-Men were in it. That movie just immediately went to the top of my list of best Marvel movies so far. I know other people might think differently, but the nostalgia, the story, the deaths, all good things. Oh yeah, that movie was amazing. We haven't seen the new Kingsman movie yet, but we'd want to. Maybe we can see that this weekend or in the next couple of days. We saw the movie Rumble.
Yes.
With Will Arnett playing the monster. It's made by WWE, the company.
Mm-hmm.
Which was really, really cool. That they made like a kids movie. Because, excuse me, the only other one that I can think of is that Fighting with My Family movie.
Oh, that was also made by WWE?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Florence Pugh is the main character. She's Yelena.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's the main character in that movie.
She
has like dark black hair, and she has like a nose ring and shit. So yeah, she looks like a little punkish. But that's also based on a true story.
Did you say Florence Pugh?
That's her name. P-U...
No, I'm pretty sure she pronounces it Pew. Because like
I
people
don't know.
ask her...
P-U-G-H or something like that.
Yeah, people ask her how to say her
Florence
last
Pugh.
name, and she goes, Pew, 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 Pew.
Oh yeah, Florence Pugh. Yeah. All right. Her. She's hot.
I love her. She's awesome. She's so wholesome.
Yeah. So yeah, she does like so. I've seen like some of her TikToks are
What
really
was
fucking
that?
funny.
Yeah.
They're really funny.
Her and Haley Steinfeld and Hawkeye, man.
Yes. Yeah, that show was
so
awesome
good.
too. So yeah, that the movie with Will Arnett, it's an animated movie for kids. It's on Paramount Plus. So if you have Paramount Plus, you can just watch it for free. My kids enjoyed it, and I did too. It's kind of funny. It wasn't like the best animated movie, but it was really funny. Encanto's fucking blown up. We already talked about
over
it.
the world.
We talked about it already because I saw it back in November when it came out or whatever, and then it just came to Disney Plus on Christmas Eve.
And just right now, just play someone going, a hurricane, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but that movie's freaking blown up immensely, which that's awesome because the movie is great.
It's fantastic, yeah.
Yeah, so I've seen that. We've seen a lot of the same stuff, but what about you, Tito?
Since December, I'm trying to think.
I mean, you've just been watching a lot of
I've been watching a lot of
Role.
I've been watching a lot of D&D. That is 100% true. And it has taken up a lot of my time because each episode is 3 to 4 hours long.
Do you watch like 2 episodes a day?
It depends.
That's a lot, dude.
It is
like
a lot.
You
so on
like
campaign
episodes.
So
is
here's
like
the thing.
7 hours.
Campaign 3, I finished episode 8. So that's already like 32 hours of content. On campaign 2, I'm currently on episode 7. So that's about 28 hours of content. And then campaign 1, I'm on episode 11. So that's another 40 hours of content.
See, I think the way that it goes is like, you're like, all right, you have Critical Role, which is like a huge like thing. But then you also have Dimension 20. And like, I've also sat and just watched Dimension 20 for like 2-3 episodes in a row. But it's like, they seem just slightly more digestible. Like between an hour and a half to 2 hours, 2.5 hour episodes.
Yeah.
If you're like,
and again, I already
each
told
Critical
you.
Role's like 3 hours. I'm like, I don't know if that's a lot of fucking hours to commit.
And like, here's the thing: the separate part about Dimension 20 and Critical Role is none of the Dimension 20s have been like most of the time that you're playing D&D and you get like a tight knit group and they're, you know, committed, because it is a commitment, but you're committed to wanting to play. You're trying to get your characters all the way to level 20. And then usually you have like the final arc of your story where it's just like, it's not that just you reach level 20. It's like now you get to use your level 20 characters. So, and then some people still play stuff well after being level. They'll play level 20 for like, you know, a year or whatever and still be doing amazing things in whatever universe their DM has created. But like Brendan Lee Mulligan on Dimension 20, his campaigns especially for the longer ones, which like the normal crew of 6 that he has, each one I think has been like 16 or 17 episodes, because it's always one role-playing episode and then one combat episode. And the very last episode is always because it always ends on an odd number, because the last combat episode always gets split into 2 episodes. But yeah, they always only play for like anywhere between an hour and a half to 2 hours and a half, and then it's kind of like done. I also feel like they kind of have, they have a production team behind it that's just like, okay, we can't go past like this mark or whatever. More often than not, all of them have been relatively silly. Like even the Game of Thrones ones that they did, A Crown of Candy, which is my favorite, is still like, yeah, this is kind of serious and there's death and murder. We're also food people. So like there's always that little bit of element to it. And Critical Role is straight up D&D with some house rules made by the amazing Matt Mercer, who, if you guys don't know who he is, he's a famous voice actor. And if you like anime, love Attack on Titan, and you're obsessed with Levi, guess what? Matt Mercer voices him. So his are way more serious. Like, yeah, the players that he has can be funny at moments, but a lot of the time it's what's going on is taken with a little more like seriousness. So, and there's also like so much lore and information that gets passed around at the table instead of just like Brennan's like, oh, I made up all this stuff that probably didn't even get talked about like in the show. So yeah, it's a lot of content to just consume. But yeah, I've been like for the past 3 weeks, I've been watching a lot of that. I've been researching a lot of D&D stuff. Like I love every time we get to play, but I just really want like a committed group that it's just like, this is what we're going with. I don't have to like remake new campaigns or restart with a different group of people. So, but yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. I did play like, and the reason I think I kind of like fell into this hole is because I fell off my video game kick because I was doing really well. I'd platinum like 5 games in a row. And the stupid Groovatron trophy on the remake of the Ratchet and Clank game, I'm on my 4th playthrough, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what I'm missing. And then one of the enemies that it says that I was missing was I had to throw a Groovatron and make one of the like piranha fish, like the big ones, like dance in the water. And I made it to it. I'm like throwing it, and I'm like, they're not dancing. Like I don't know what I missed, but like.
I threw the Groovatron at every enemy that I saw, no matter what.
Yeah. So
because you can throw it at bosses too.
Yeah, all the bosses can dance. And like no matter what, you miss it on your first playthrough.
Yes.
Because you can't get some of the very beginner enemies because you don't get the Groovitron right away.
That's pretty much the only ones that you have to do are the ones at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah. So I thought that I had like done it correctly, but then I messed it up. So yeah. I don't know.
That's the only trophy that you're missing?
It's the only trophy that I'm missing. I'm in the middle of the 4th playthrough somewhere, and I've been throwing the Groovitron like a madman. But it's just like the best way to do it is basically when you first do challenge mode, because it carries over the progress from your first game that you play, so you can get the trophy right at the beginning as soon as you finish it off. And, however, if you make it through that challenge mode and then start another challenge mode, you're starting from scratch, so you have to make it through the entire game. I can make it through the entire game in probably under 3 hours, because it's really just Groovitron to like that, whatever the.
Well, you said so even on your 3rd playthrough, you still didn't get it.
No.
So what the hell did you miss on the 3rd playthrough?
I don't know. I have no idea. You know what?
You just have to throw it at everything, dude.
You know what I might have missed it on was Captain Quark, because I don't know. I think I was just pissed at like the fact that I hadn't gotten it yet, and I just forgot to throw it against him. And then I got to Dr. Nefarious, and I threw it to make him dance. I was just like, oh, I'll make Dr. Nefarious dance. And while he was dancing, I was just like, oh, shit, you know what? I didn't make Captain Quark. So I don't fucking know. I don't know. But it was annoying, and I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, I kind of fell off there.
That shit always happens to you. Like you because you borrowed some of my games. You're like, I'm going to get platinums on these games.
Well, yeah, because it was just like, I'm going to do this. Well, because the 3 games that I borrowed that I wanted a platinum, well, it was 2. It was Lords of the Fallen and then Vampire, which both games that I've beaten, but I was just like, I can platinum these, but these are going to take me like a minute. And like, I've got to have like a...
Lords of the Fallen was a lot of fun.
Yeah, not just like a guide or whatever, but it's just like I need to have certain trophies pulled up that I don't remember how to get and just like do them right there. But it's going to take me like a minute. And I was just on this kick, and I was like, oh, I'll just do Ratchet and Clank for the easy plat real quick. And then it was just like pissed me off, so I stopped playing, and then I fell into like the D&D hole. Because yeah, I don't think I've necessarily watched anything new that I haven't talked about before. Then we watched those movies, and then yeah, it's just been a lot of D&D stuff for me. And I think that's it. Well, I got for Christmas, our younger brother bought me a $50 PSN gift card, so I bought Concrete Genie with that, and I played it, and I actually like it. It's fun. I just haven't gotten back into playing because
that cost the entire $50.
No, it only costs like.
If you still got PSN money, freaking get the Harry Potter collection for $4, and we can play on that shit together.
I mean, I could do that too.
Yeah, it'll be fun, just like we did with DC.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun though.
We'll just sit in your room again, in your cozy bed
for days,
eat McDonald's and play video games. It's a mini February, Tito.
Speaking of mini February, I got my mass vacation form, so I gotta put in.
Oh yeah, Mom was asking me about that too.
Yeah, I need to put in the days so that I can have like a solid week of just doing nothing.
Yeah, just for that week that those games come out.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. No other. I mean, you've been like keeping up with like Young Justice, right? Like that show. Like that's pretty much like it, right? And like your anime that you keep up with.
That because every Thursday I'll come down and I'll just watch like the one episode, and I have no idea where it's going. Like right now, it's not annoying me because the show is being good, but it like brought up this plot point very early on in the series. Like I'm pretty sure there are characters from the future that are like in the world right now, but they showed you them in like the first couple of episodes, and then I haven't seen shit about them really, and I'm like, what the hell is up with this? Like, why aren't we revisiting this? So
interesting
indeed. And but we also watched The Witcher season 2 in one day.
Yes,
that was fantastic, and I want more episodes. I think that's it. We need to watch Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
But it's like the other day you asked me.
I told you, yeah.
Well, the other day you asked me, and like sometimes like I think about it where it's just like, and I don't know why it's like this. It's not like it's anything real, but there are certain shows where it's just like, I didn't watch this with you.
Yeah, so but then I caught all the way up.
Yeah, then you caught up, and then it's just like, I don't know. I can't, like, I'm trying to think, because I'm pretty sure I binge watched seasons 1 and 2 right before the third season came out, and then I watched all that, and I told you to watch it. Our cousin Karina loves the show too, and then
Shout out to Karina. She
Yeah.
doesn't listen to this podcast.
but I don't know. I figured I thought I would have just jumped on it and just binge watch all of it right away, but I haven't yet. I know I want to this weekend. I might do it on Saturday. I was trying to get the D&D group together, but Mitch just said that he has plans on Saturday, so now it doesn't even matter.
I mean, well, only if Mitch is actually. It's because you're like, hey, we're gonna do these on Saturdays, and it's like, yeah, that's when I go to the bar. So then you're like, all right, Saturdays is not gonna
It's just no. It's just that it was this week the day that worked best for everyone because it was like Megan has it off, Jonah and Sean have the day off too.
Yeah, but I'm saying it if you're trying to get a weekly game going, Saturday's only going to work with other people that are like, yes, every Saturday I want to play this, not people that are like, I want to go out on Saturday to the bar. If you want a weekly game, this is this is the days that you would do that because you obviously have to work on Sunday. It would either have to be Friday or a Saturday. So, yeah, I mean, unless... Again, your friends, you guys are all off on Thursdays also. So it's like, if you do a weekday game, that could work potentially.
Yeah, but I only have two friends from work that it's Jonah and Sean that would take it more or less seriously. I think there are other people that, and you get this sometimes, if you want to play D&D, you'll get people that are like, oh, I want to try it out, but if you're just in it to kind of roll the dice and you're not really paying attention to the story or you're not getting into your own character, it ruins part of the game. Those people get bored and you can kind of see that they kind of get bored. They don't take into you
have to role play to get into it.
It literally turns into you have to pretend you're this other person and talk to me as if I'm the DM, as if I'm playing 800 different characters. That's part of the fun about it. It's not just when can we get into combat? It's also just all this other shit that we do. So yeah. So that's what I said. Only Jonah and Sean are the only two from work that I feel can get into it and can have a good time doing it.
Gotcha. All right. Well, since we missed a whole bunch of stuff, this week we decided that we were kind of going to do basically kind of like what we'd have done for the last episode of last year, and we would have done the first episode of this year, which this is the first episode of this year. So we're gonna go through our list of our top things of 2021, and then we're gonna go through our list of our most anticipated things for 2022. So do you want to go 1 and 1, or do you want to just do your list all the way through and then I do my list all the way through, just for 2021?
No. We'll start with 2021, but I don't think we should go through the entirety of it. I think we should
do you want to do 1 and 1?
Well, no, I think we should do the same topic at the same time.
That's what I mean. You do your game and then I'll do my game.
But then we talk about it. Or are you just trying to go through the list?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I don't mean blitz. Then we'll be done in 3 minutes.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
We ain't no one pump chump.
Well, let's sit and talk
At
about
least
what
3.
video game we were gonna pick, and and there's a good chance we picked the same one.
For which one?
For video game
Of the year?
It's the top. Yeah, it's the.
I don't know. You give yours first.
It's the number one I did. We'll say it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Kina Bridge of Spirits.
Yeah.
Yes. I said that right away, and because even when I was playing it, you were like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yes."
Yeah, but
then you played it.
But then I played it. And I platinumed it, and I cried, and it was amazing.
It's amazing.
It's so good.
Yeah, Kina Bridge of Spirits was my game of the year. I almost said it a few times on some earlier episodes. I was like, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it so we can talk about it.
Well, we talked about playing, but you were just you didn't want to go into detail of it because you knew that you wanted to go into detail about it once we got to our end of the year podcast.
Yes. So, yeah, I mean that game looks like a Pixar movie,
but better.
It's amazing. The story is amazing. The gameplay is really cool. It's just it's super. I mean, it's it's like a Disney movie. It's like really kid friendly, but there are some dark elements in it. And
I love that describes Disney movies.
yes, kid friendly with dark elements, like a dark adult elements. The game just it's beautiful. The game is amazing. Like the story is so good. It's crazy. It wasn't even. I feel like it wasn't promoted as much as it should have been because this game is so good.
I can agree with that 100%.
Doesn't even sell for full price game either.
Yeah, should have you literally should have put any one of those cutscenes as a trailer. Is all you probably would have needed to suck in so many people.
I think half people would have been like, "Oh shit, a cool movie's coming out," and then you're like, "No, this is a video game.
Make it a movie, cause I'll watch it."
Yeah, yeah. If you haven't played Kena Bridges Spirits, you should. It is fantastic. The story is really good. Like I said, it's like real happy, cute at times, and then really got some real big dark stuff, dark themes in it. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, I can pretty much just say it's amazing. I don't want to like give too much. Basically, the whole premise is that you're like a spirit guide, and you're basically helping people pass on to the next life who are stuck in like the Earth realm or whatever.
Earth realm.
Yeah.
We're in Mortal Kombat.
It was Mortal
now.
Kombat. They were like stuck in the like present field. Like they're like ghosts basically, and you're helping them pass
They're
on.
spirits, Junior, because you're a spirit guy.
Yes. Hence the name Bridge of Spirits. But yeah.
You're the Avatar. No, I'm
You
just kidding.
learn these like cool powers along the way. You
Yo,
find
just
out
the animation of the fact that you have a staff and early on you learn that you can use like your magic spirit powers to turn it into a bow. And like when you pull the spirit drawstring and your staff just bends with, oh my God, dude, it's so good.
Yeah. Yes. But yeah, you have to learn about the
Every
spirit.
cutscene of the boss's backstory, guys.
Yeah.
Play the game.
I here's the, like I was just want to quickly look it up because I honestly don't
No, really
know.
quick, just to like if I was gonna pick another game, 12 minutes. Didn't that come out last year?
Yeah.
And 12 minutes.
There's also like a fucking movie. That game is also very good.
It's also the game that I screwed up the podcast for
Yes.
because we talked a lot
You would
about
have been
it.
able to see Tito play it for like an hour and a half, and yes, Tito fucked up the recording, and that's why we didn't do that podcast.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe,
Daisy Ridley.
Daisy Ridley, James McAvoy.
Yeah.
They voiced all the characters. And
It's a 12-minute time loop game.
yes.
You just keep replaying the same. Technically, you keep
And
replaying the same 10 minutes over and over and over again.
It's real time. So it's literally just like you have 10 minutes to kind of figure out like more and more stuff, and then like boom, it'll start all over again.
Yes. The game, yeah, that game is fantastic. I got the platinum on that game. Really good. Really good. I just wanted to see Kena Bridges Spirits is for PS4, PS5, and Microsoft Windows. So you can play it on PC, but you cannot play it for like Xbox or Wii. As of right now, as far as I know.
Mm-hmm. Did you say we?
Yeah, I don't know why I said Wii. I meant fucking
The Switch?
Yeah,
You could have just said Nintendo.
Nintendo. The Wii.
Yeah, they
What
didn't
is
make it
this,
for the Wii, guys.
2005?
Yeah, they didn't make 3 generations ago.
Yeah, this is it's made by Ember Lab, which is apparently made like other short films and stuff like that. But I mean, Disney should hire all these fucking people because, oh my God, yes, this is amazing. It's so good. I can't like gush anymore about this. Anyway, do you want to go to your animated movie of the year?
My animated movie
Wonder if
of
we have
the
the same
year.
one.
Yeah, it's probably Raya the Last Dragon.
Yes,
Yeah.
Raya the Last Dragon. Also, great movie.
Fantastic movie. Aquafina, I love you. Come on the show.
Yeah, I mean we've talked about this movie before.
Yeah.
Um,
I couldn't really think of any. Could you think of any other animated movies that were Disney though? Because like Disney had
for this year.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
we had
Luca.
Yeah, but
Encanto.
that's still okay. Was about to say Disney had a lot of good ones like Encanto and Luca, but I meant non-Disney animated movies.
Well, I mean, there was tons of other animated movies. I almost put Injustice because that was awesome to see it get turned into a animated DC movie.
even though it didn't follow the comics.
Yes. I mean, you did. Would that mean was the Dark Apocalypse, was that also 2021 or was that 2020?
Oh, I don't. That might have been last, or I was going to say last year. That might have been 2020.
Yeah. Because
That movie's
DC had a
fantastic.
few animated movies. The Dark Halloween
They
Part
always
1
do.
and 2 were also 2021.
Those are
good.
fantastic. Yeah, I don't know why. I guess I don't know. I feel like I constantly put those movies into their own universe instead of thinking like that's also animated too.
Yeah, it's animated. So yeah, I almost went with Injustice, but yeah, I decided to go with Ray and the Last Dragon.
Yeah. I even put the dragon emoji.
I mean,
right
like
next
Sing
to it.
2, that just came out. That's not Disney.
Yeah, but we haven't seen it yet though, and I hear it's good. I want to see it,
Yeah.
but we haven't.
Rumble would have also been 2021, but yeah, that's
Rumble
not
was
better
okay.
yeah,
Rumble was
yeah.
okay.
Like I said, it was like a good kids movie,
It was
but
okay.
yeah,
It was cool to see Terry Crews voicing a villain.
Yeah. But yeah, Ray and the Last Dragon, obviously we've talked about it. So here's a quick hot take, and I don't fucking come at me, okay? Don't come for me.
Me or just everyone?
Just everybody in general of like what I'm gonna say. All right?
Here it comes.
All right, here it comes. All right. So they've recently said that they've been making more like female hero characters. You know, we got like Anna and Elsa. They're like more their own heroes of their own story. Raya, female driven story. Encanto, female driven story. Oh, Luca's about two little boys, but
Two Little Mermen.
yeah. But because they were trying to get away from the like, I'm a princess and I get saved by a prince thing, which like, I don't know. It's like, I don't always feel that way. Like, the people remember the princesses more than anything. Like,
That's 100% true.
the movie's called Aladdin. It's more about Aladdin. It's not about Princess Jasmine.
Yeah.
But The Little Mermaid is about Ariel. Like, Prince Eric. Like, I think the thing that they were saying is like, oh, Prince Eric is actually the one that kills Ursula though, because he drives the ship into her, and I understand that, but like, here's my hot take. I don't really feel like there's like a Disney movie where like it's a male hero, like other than like Hercules.
Or Aladdin.
Yeah, Aladdin and like Hercules. I mean, like my favorite movie of all time, The Black Cauldron. What I'm saying is I want more Black Cauldron movies. Like, I just feel like there isn't really a male, like, again, Prince Eric comes in at the end to like save the day, but like he's not the hero of the story.
Isn't
Ariel
Eric,
is the hero of the
Isn't
story.
Eric also the name of Cinderella's prince too, or no?
No, Cinderella's prince is Prince Charming.
Oh, I thought that was Shrek.
Oh,
Also,
Shrek is not Disney.
it's DreamWorks. I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Because then Prince Philip is Sleeping Beauty. What's the prince's name in Snow White? See,
It's
no one
also
knows.
Prince Charming.
Is it also?
Yes.
Whoa,
It was just like Prince
that
Charming
dude's
back
a
then.
player, man.
It was just like, that's Prince Charming. It's Prince Charming.
Is it? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no one cares about the princess.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like, for you to be like, oh, the savior, the prince, because he kissed Snow
Even
White,
in Beauty and the
It's like,
Beast,
he didn't really save her,
even
he
in
just gave her a
Beauty and the
fucking
Beast,
kiss.
Belle is the hero, not the Beast.
Yeah, exactly. Belle is the hero. Gaston just kills himself.
I wouldn't say kills himself. He falls.
Yeah.
There's a different. He doesn't like jump off and go, "I'm sorry."
I mean, like Tarzan is the hero in Tarzan, but again, like there isn't like an adventure story. Like basically, what I'm saying is, I want a Raya with a male character. Like I am all for female empowerment. Look, I'm about to have my second daughter, and I already have a daughter. I want them to see badass female characters, but I also have a son, and I want my son to see badass male characters in Disney movies. Obviously, I already know that when he grows up and he gets to the teenage years, most of those are like male driven stories. But right now he's 3 and he watches Disney movies. So I mean, his favorite movie is fucking The Nightmare Before Christmas, which
True.
he doesn't seem to want to watch anything else other than that. But
Who's the hero there?
I don't know. Jack Skellington.
Is he? I mean,
He's the
first
bad guy
he
and the
steals
good guy.
Christmas.
Oogie Boogie's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Person of leather, known forever. La 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 la. But
Yeah,
anyway,
he loves that song.
yeah. Yeah. I like for some reason I was just like I feel like people like I guess like even Entangled like Rapunzel is
Did you
the
say
hero.
entangled?
No, like in
Oh,
Tangled.
entangled. Yeah.
Rapunzel is the hero.
Yes.
You can't fucking count Flynn Rider as the hero. Why? Because he cuts her hair off at the end. That's
And sacrifices himself.
yeah, like that doesn't fucking that doesn't make him the hero. She was the hero of her own story. Like I don't know. I don't see where they're because like it was like when they started with Frozen, which was like I think 2013.
Yo, here's like
is where they were
here's
like
a-
now they're the
here's
heroes.
Here's like a different almost hot take, like in your own hot take is the problem with that is half the time what they're doing there is it's like basically the princess has to like become her own hero because she started as like apparently this weak maiden, and the princes are only ever at the end because the men are already supposed to be strong. So it's like, well, we can't have a weak man at the beginning and then have him become like strong at the end.
What are you talking about? Taryn is literally a weak little piece of shit at the beginning
Yeah,
of the
okay,
Black
but first of all,
Cauldron.
you're not including those. Like I feel like as you said, we need more male prince like movies like that. Then you started to remember all these other ones. I was saying more so why you end up.
Well, I
having,
didn't start remembering. I'm just saying like Mulan is the perfect example of
amazingness.
like that is probably my second favorite Disney movie. Like she is the like that's where I was like when they were like, oh, we need more female driven stories. Like we want the hero to be.
I think you're.
And I'm like,
I think
Anna
more
and
of it-
Elsa.
yeah.
You think that's the first
I
one?
think-
Are you
yeah,
discounting Mulan
No, I think
from
more of-
1999?
More of your hot take is just that it's stupid to hear people say we need more female driven heroes. Where it's just like I feel like you guys are paying attention way too late. Like
Yeah, like what are you like? Mulan is the fucking hero. She saves China.
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
yeah, exactly. Name another character that saves a whole country like that.
Yeah. Fucking Princess Anna and Elsa, Arendelle. That's a country.
Is it?
I mean, technically it's
No,
a kingdom.
I feel like it's a kingdom, and I don't think it's that big. It's
Hey,
not China. It's not China.
You're a little country is a country, nonetheless.
A kingdom is not a country, though.
Sure, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Are you
yes,
sure?
Yes. I don't think there's other kingdoms within the same country. Actually, I could totally. I mean, maybe back in the day, but like not.
That's
now.
what I'm talking. Okay, well, what are you saying? Elsa and Anna was like during 2020.
No, but well, like England was England. There was only one fucking king of England. There wasn't multiple kings.
I mean,
That's a whole country.
at one point
That's
there-
only one
At one
king.
point there was.
No, but like even Moana fucking saves Hawaii basically.
They're not on Hawaii. It's just Pacific Islands.
It's Hawaiian.
It's Samoan.
It's both.
It's
It's both, baby. But yeah, I'm just like, there's other female characters before like Princess Anna and Princess Elsa. For you to like discount all these other female characters just kind of seems shitty. Like, where is there a male character that saves Alice in Alice in Wonderland? She saves herself.
oh, I love that movie.
So, yeah, again, I'm fully aware that once you basically get out of Disney World, and I mean like not the park, the world of Disney where you're watching all these movies. When you enter the
we
adult world,
only talked about our favorite video game and movie right now.
who the fuck cares? I'm on my fucking soapbox. I want my son to see some badass male characters in Disney movies. I want a warrior movie with a guy. Almost all of them are all about females.
I don't know.
Tell me in the the last
well,
one.
I was about to say they haven't really done too much actiony until
Luca,
Raya
there
came
was
out.
no like action in that.
Yeah.
It was two male characters, but there was,
was
no
awesome.
action in it. Yeah, I love Luca, and it was awesome. But yeah, all these like other movies with like these like Raya. Again, Raya is my favorite movie animated movie of 2021. But like, why couldn't Ray have been the guy? That's all I'm saying. Why couldn't Ray have been the guy? Huh? That could have been. It still would have been the same amount of impact when her dad fucking throws her off the bridge to save her. He could have thrown his son off the bridge. Still would have been a great movie. Why couldn't it have been a boy? Why couldn't it have been Rayo in The Last Dragon, huh? Disney? Talking to you. Anyway, I'm done. All right, so here's my favorite live action movie for 2021. I don't think we're going to have the same one for this one.
Live action? No, I don't think so.
I have 007, No Time to Die. That was my favorite action movie of 2021, or my favorite live action.
It wasn't No Way Home because it was mine.
No, because here's the thing. I was going to put No Way Home for the nostalgia factors and stuff like that.
It wasn't even the nostalgia factor. It was just...
It was a good movie, but there was a nostalgia played a big role. Tell me it would have been the same movie if Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were not in it. It was just Spider-Man fighting those 5 villains.
Okay, well, you're saying...
No, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Tell me it would have been the same movie had those two guys.
You would have had to
not been in
change
it.
so many other elements from the plot.
No, you wouldn't have. He still would have been fighting those 5 guys.
But it was pulling them in from... Yeah, but the fact that they
He
were
could have
there-
just pulled in the villains and not pulled in the heroes.
No. He pulled in... Yeah, but he only pulled in people from the universe that, like, knew. I had to
That, like,
sneeze
knew
again.
what?
That he was Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Sandman knows that Tobey Maguire is Peter Parker. In the
yes.
third-
Yes, he does.
When does he find out in the third one?
At the end.
Okay.
Because he, like, takes off his mask as he's holding Harry as Harry dies. And then Sandman's the only one that doesn't die.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
In the
That's
Spider-Man
why when they were
villains,
like, all of them die
yeah,
and they're... So I was like, no, they don't. Sandman doesn't die.
That's why when Sandman comes back in the movie, he's friendly when he first sees him.
Yeah. But anyway, did you know that the reason that Sandman is pretty much only seen in
Because they
Sandman
didn't
form-
get him back. It was the same thing with
No, it's not that they didn't get him back. He couldn't do it. He still voiced the character. He did the voice for the character.
Then I don't know why he only stayed in sand form most of the time then.
Because they couldn't get him for the film. He couldn't do the film. He did the voice.
He was doing something else?
Yeah, or something, or there was some sort of conflict or something. He did the voice for him.
You
That's
see
why he
him
was
at
in
the
San-
end, though.
Yes,
but
you
that's all
do see him.
CGI,
Might have,
right?
yeah, it might have just been right at the very end.
I mean,
He did the voice. He still did the voice.
They did the same thing with the lizard, though. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, that was just CGI at the end, too.
When he like transforms back.
Yeah, into a human.
Yeah, that I don't know 100%. Well, also it would have been stupid because he gets cured and then dies. Like it also would have been stupid.
Well,
if
he gets cured. Yeah, in the
yes, but it would have been
Amazing
dumb if he
Spider-Man.
came as Dr. Connors
No. Yeah.
Like you're like, okay, then
no,
why
I'm,
are you here?
I'm just saying that like it's just kind of the same thing because I think they CGI'd both of them just at the end.
But anyway, I'm saying the nostalgia also made the movie better. Again, not that the story was not good. Again, this is my favorite Marvel movie. But in my opinion, had the nostalgia played a huge factor in it being like better than it, than it just being better. But anyway, I don't
think you can just take that out though. That's like, if that's like your all-time favorite movie and you're just like, yeah, but what if I took this stuff out? Would it still be your all-time favorite movie? And it's like, well, no, because you took out some of my favorite parts. But why are we sitting in a what-if scenario? Fuck that. It's part of it now. It's just the movie. There's no changing anything about it. That's the movie we got, and it was the best movie of 2021.
I disagree with you. Maybe it would have been better if Peter Parker died at the end.
No.
Just like James Bond died at the end at No Time to Die.
That's a huge spoiler for a movie that hasn't been out that long.
Yes, it has.
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it has.
We watched it, like 3 months ago?
Or like 4 months ago. And we didn't watch it the day that it came out.
We did not watch it the day that it came out.
Yeah.
True.
Anyway, plus that movie was supposed to come out in 2020 or at the beginning of 2021. And then everything. No,
Yeah,
it was
got
supposed to come out in
pushed
2020.
It definitely got pushed back a lot.
Yeah. We also said we didn't see a whole bunch of brand new movies this year. There was a few that we could have seen at home that we still haven't seen, like the Tomorrow War.
Yeah. Let's not go into those because we're running out of time.
But yeah, I just think it was awesome. There was
It was a fantastic movie. Is what
No
it was.
Time to Die. It humanized James Bond more because now he had a family.
I don't know if that's the right word. I feel like he's always saving the world. He has always cared about other people.
No. That's not true. That's not true. James Bond saves not always the world. Sometimes he just saves like a certain thing that's going to happen. It's not always world saving, but I mean, first of all, that's his job. Second of all, he has that devil may cry attitude to shit. That's why he just doesn't give a fuck about the rules sometimes and just like, I'm gonna do it. I don't care what you say.
He doesn't care about the rules if it gets in the way of him like doing his job for like the greater good. That's like the kind of the same thing with Captain America, where it turns into like, yo, you guys are gonna tell me not to do this when I know that this is the right thing to do, then I'm gonna ignore you guys.
But no, like this was the first time you really felt for James.
Yes,
at the end of the movie.
100%. The movie is amazing.
Remy
So
Malek was very good.
Such a badass villain. I'm a bit of a scientist myself. I'm just kidding.
And like I said, there you go, just proving my point with the fucking nostalgia.
I'm a scientist myself.
It was a good ending to this James Bond era, and I already know that they're making more. So I'm excited to see how they're gonna take the story from here, and I hope that it stays canonically with this, because all the other times James Bond's just been like, this is the last James Bond. Now there's a new James Bond, but he's always James Bond. You know what I mean? It's never, this is the new 007. And in this movie, there was already a new 007 because James Bond retired. So that means I hope that they actually continue it. And this new 007
just has a different name?
It's just a different person. I hope that they acknowledge that James is dead and they don't just go, new James Bond, and this is the new 007 James Bond. Because then it's like, why? Why did you kill him then? You could have just kept him alive.
But I think it's kind of funny when they do that because, I mean, they had the same Q for the longest time.
Yeah.
And they even used the same M from from Pierce Bronson over to Daniel Craig. It was the same M until she dies in
But again, that's what I'm saying. They've now killed M and they killed James.
Yeah, but
so just continue it. Don't start it over.
I just think it's kind of funny that they do that though. That it's just a different James Bond, but they're using like the same like MI6.
That's what I'm saying. Don't restart it. Don't restart it. Keep it going. Let's keep the canon going and let's have a brand new 007. Female, male, I don't care. On. Go. Did you want to say anything about Spider-Man?
No.
All right. Well, what's your favorite anime this year?
Oh, Jobless Reincarnation. Mushoku Tensei. I think that's...
I feel like you've talked about this, but I'm like, that's not the one where the guy's like a mafia guy that lives at home, right?
No, that's different. That's
It's one of those animes with 17 fucking names.
No, I can't.
That time I was reincarnated as a slime, but then I ate an apple and now I'm a human again.
No, yeah, it's Reborn. Reborn is the anime you're thinking of, and that's an older anime that I tried watching and then stopped, and then it's just on my list that maybe one day I'll get back to it. No, Jobless Reincarnation, I haven't talked about it on the podcast.
No, the one that I'm talking about, didn't you see there was one where there was a husband who used to be a mafia boss?
That's
and now,
A Way of the Household Husband.
That one.
Yeah, that's different. That's 100% different.
All right.
Season 2 of that came out last year. Last year.
So this Jobless one.
Jobless Reincarnation it was like a mid 30-year-old dude gets kicked out of his like house, and then he's like out in the street and he saves these kids from getting hit by a semi truck while it's raining, and then he gets reincarnated in a fantasy world, but he has the brain of the 30.
Oh,
like the
yeah.
36,
Okay, now I
37-year-old
remember. You
dude.
told me, yeah.
And
He's
he
like
bec-
a baby and
Yeah,
has
he's
to
like
start all over.
Yeah, he's like a baby, and he's like, "Why are these people making weird faces at me? Like, what's going on?" And then finally, when he reaches up his hand and he notices it's tiny, he's just like, "What the?" Like thinking in his own head, like, "What the hell?" But they speak a different language than English, so he ends up like picking that up, and then that's when like you start like he's able to start talking.
Well, if you think about it, it's not that they're speaking a different language. It's that when you're a baby, you don't speak any language. So whatever language they're speaking to you, that's the one that you pick up.
Yeah, but he's still thinking in his like. It basically
I
is
mean,
like
he's Japanese, so
Well,
basically it's
okay,
like
yeah,
they're
yeah,
speaking
yeah.
English to him, and he ends up picking it up.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Like he doesn't understand them at first. I mean, there's no. I don't
Nobody.
know.
Oh, it's like nobody's born knowing the language.
Yeah. But I don't know if this is true. I don't know. Like I said, he has the brain of the 30-something-year-old.
Yeah.
So like, let's say he was
I
reincarnated.
kind of want to watch this one now. It sounds interesting.
If he was reincarnated in Japan as a baby, could he immediately start speaking, or is it impossible?
I don't know. That's. I mean, I don't.
I don't like because I just don't know.
That's
I don't,
one where it's
I
too
don't know,
crazy to think.
I don't
about.
know if your like tongue or whatever you use to
Your
talk,
voice box.
your voice. I don't know if that has to still like
develop
when you're an infant before you can talk. But I'm like, if you're born already with the knowledge of like I know exactly what everyone's saying to me, can you talk right away, or are you not able to?
Well, I mean, he doesn't walk right away either, right?
No, but that comes to the point that he has brand new like muscles and stuff. So like he has to like it's like getting your sea legs. So like he has to get used to it. But
Your muscles have atrophied.
He does develop relatively like kind of quickly.
He's walking in 3 months. What the shit?
Yeah. It's like the same thing with like babies that like want to lift their heads up and you can see them struggling. It's because it takes them a while to develop those neck muscles.
Yeah. So my favorite anime of the year was Tokyo Revengers, which we've talked about on
so many times. So
many times. So we don't really have to get into it, other than it's like a time traveling anime. All right. My favorite TV show of the year is Mayor of Kingstown, which has Jeremy Renner, aka Hawkeye, in it. He's the main character.
My favorite show was Hawkeye.
Also has Jeremy Renner. But dude, you need to watch Mayor of Kingstown. The season hasn't ended yet. It's only going to be 10 episodes. The episodes air on Sunday. I just watched the 9th episode.
I came down while you were watching an episode, and like Jeremy Renner was on like a boat, and he was like talking to a guy that was on the dock.
I think that was like the third or fourth.
I'm not
episode.
getting on the boat. That's
Yeah.
all I remember. Yeah.
That show was amazing. It's basically about Jeremy Renner's character and his brother Mitch, who I can't remember the name of the actor off the top of my head, but he was the coach on Friday Night Lights, the TV show version. Mm-hmm. They're brothers, and they have a younger brother who's a police officer. And the youngest brother is played. The only other thing that I'd ever seen him in, I was like, I know this guy. He was the main character in the Phantom of the Megaplex. You remember that movie?
Yes.
That Disney Channel original movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like the older brother that had the two younger siblings that were there. Mm-hmm. So he's a cop, and the two older brothers are the go-between between the criminals and the police officers. They kind of keep the peace in the city by they're like, if the criminals say that if you allow them this much free range, they will not do this much destruction. And the cops are like, all right, well, yeah, we can live with that. And this town has like 4 prisons in it. And it's like a lot of the people work within the prison system. And
is it supposed to be like a really big town?
Yeah, it's like a big town.
Like New York City size, or
not like New York City size, because it's like out in the country.
Okay.
I think it might actually still be. I'd have to double check. I was like, it might still be in New York, but it might be upstate New York. But it might not be in New York. But this show is really good. It's really gritty. It's on Paramount Plus. And it's an adult show. They don't like pull their punches. There's like fucking a lot of cussing and nudity and like all that stuff. It's a really good show. Fuck, this season finale is gonna be crazy. But what's yours, Tito?
It was Hawkeye.
Oh yeah, you said that.
Yeah. Because we were only doing brand new shows. We didn't want to do shows that like are continue like a
Like
season
a new
2,
season,
3 or
yeah.
whatever. So, yeah, out of all the Marvel shows, I feel like I enjoyed Hawkeye the most. And I think it was more so because like every episode kind of like had me like a little bit on the edge of my seat. Like all the other ones were very like either informative or kind of mysterious at the beginning, and then kind of gave you like, oh, this is what's actually going on.
I just really like that it was literally basically a movie that was, because it was like if the episode ended with Hawkeye taking a bite of pizza, the next episode like started with like Hawkeye putting the pizza down.
Yeah.
Like so it was just a movie that just got chopped up. But yeah, I really enjoyed it too. It was like really cool to watch it like during the holiday season.
And it was also
stuff.
a lot of fun to just like have them knit and like piece together the Marvel Netflix shows into the MCU. So,
which I
like,
fucking called.
yes.
All right.
What about your favorite animated show?
My favorite animated show of this year, I feel like we might have the same one. 3, 2, 1, Arcane.
Yes. So much yes.
Yes, that show was amazing.
And we also talked about it on the podcast before.
Yes.
We got, so funny enough, shout out to your best friend Nick, who randomly started watching it and then reached out to you and was just like, have you seen the show Arcane? It's amazing. Yeah. And now you convinced him to watch Attack on Titan.
Which is his first ever anime.
And he's obsessed with it. He loves it.
He's like, I'm binging the shit out of it.
No. So,
all right.
There was that. And then I think if you just want to, let's just talk about.
We did do. You said you want to do a best season 2. I had a best season 2.
The Witcher season 2 for me,
and I did Ted Lasso. Lasso season 2.
If you guys haven't seen The Witcher, what are you doing? Henry Cavill is amazing, just a phenomenal Geralt of Rivia, and Ted Lasso. I love that show so much.
Yes,
cannot wait for season 3.
So funny.
But if you want to, let's just. We'll just go through our lists for what we're excited for in 2020.
Yeah, because some of the stuff doesn't have a lot of stuff out yet to even really talk about.
Like, it'll just be something for you guys to know that in the future we're going to be talking about it. So what about you? Go first.
So for my video game of 2022, the one that I'm excited for the most is Forspoken, which is a Square Enix game. Yeah, it looks like Final Fantasy world. It's like about a girl from New York in the real world who gets like teleported to this fantasy world where there's like freaking dragons and all this shit, and she has like a gauntlet and can do magic. I don't know. It looks fucking badass. Well, I think I already linked the trailer to this in one of the other episodes if we've talked about it.
No, didn't we talk about it when we were doing the episode that I screwed up?
Oh, you might be right. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to put links for all these because this is going to be a lot of links.
No. Yeah. Don't
just if you want to look it up. It's called Forspoken.
Mm-hmm.
Video game.
No, just go through your list.
Oh, my whole list?
Yeah, just go through your whole list and I'll go through mine.
So my animated movie of the year that I'm excited for is, of course, Lightyear, which is like Buzz Lightyear, but real life Buzz Lightyear, who's going to be voiced by
not live action, but like
yes.
if Buzz Lightyear wasn't a toy, he was a person.
Which is going to be voiced by Chris Evans. Obviously that trailer came out like a couple months ago, gave me chills. Freaking, looks amazing. Mm-hmm. It looks awesome. I'm really excited for that. Because there used to be that animated TV show which was like Buzz Lightyear was not Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. Mm-hmm. He was also not a toy. Oh, the Zerg bots look cool. I can't wait. Oh my god.
That's if they're Zerg bots. There's no.
They are definitely Zerg bots.
Did you get confirmation on that?
You can see them. It looks just like the Zerg bots. We'll have to do freeze frames on the commercial when I'll show you when we get upstairs. But I cannot wait to see what an Emperor Zurg looks
Okay,
like.
well that's what you keep saying. You keep saying Zurg or whatever, but like there has been no confirmation of Zurg yet.
It has to happen.
Also, like if you think about it, like what we're watching, I literally said we're not going to talk about this, but then you have to bring this up. They're launching off of like Earth and all this stuff, and in the television series that you talked about, Star Command is a floating space station. So like there's already differences.
But I think I think that there's he gets launched, and I think he goes to Star Command, because at the end when you see the person that he's gonna fist bump with, they're also wearing a Star Command outfit.
But they might just call the base that they're on Earth. They might just call that Star Command. We don't have enough information yet.
They're in space, dude. There's the alien that grabs Buzz Lightyear, and the tentacle gets cut by like a little lightsaber knife.
They could have brought back a specimen. I don't know.
They're in space. You're like trying to really fight it.
They're
but
not
it's
in space because the one that cuts it off isn't wearing a suit. They don't have a helmet on, so they're breathing oxygen.
They're in space.
And the sky, and you could clearly see the sky. They would be on Earth.
There's other skies.
That's if they're on a different planet, in which case they're not in space. They'd be on a planet.
Well, yeah, but
Exactly.
planet in space.
So, not space.
A planet in space. Anyway, my live action movie that I'm excited for is Death on the Nile, which is a sequel to Murder on the Orient Express. I love murder mysteries. Honestly, it was a toss up between Death on the Nile and Knives Out Part 2. Or Knives Out 2, which is also a murder mystery.
But we just don't have any information on it yet. Right?
Yes.
We just know it's coming.
Yeah.
You also said apparently they said there's already going to be a third one.
For Knives Out, yeah. We've seen the trailer for Death on the Nile.
And it looks phenomenal.
There's like a lot of big name actors in it, which right now I'm blanking on, other than
Gal Gadot.
I'm
pretty sure it's the one that gets murdered.
And Russell Brand. Russell Brand was in it too.
And someone else, and I can't think of it.
Yeah, there was like big names in it. I don't know, but it looks awesome. Anime that I'm most excited about for this year is called Blades of the Guardians, which I believe is a Chinese anime. It's not Japanese, but I showed you the trailer the other day, and it looks fucking awesome. There isn't too much on it. You can watch the trailer, but it looks really, really cool. Like samurai sword fighting, which doesn't really make sense because samurai's Japanese, or just sword fighting in general. But it was really cool. The TV show that I'm most excited about is the Lord of the Rings show, which is going to be set, I believe, in the Second Age, which is before all the stuff with Frodo, and that's Third Age, and that was at the tail end of the Third Age.
Because the Fourth Age starts right when the movies end. Right?
Yes, the Fourth Age starts right when the movies end. So it's going to be during the Second Age. I believe it's going to be during the time of like Sauron before he becomes like the Dark Lord that he is. We'll probably get to see like Celebrimbor from the video games.
That'd be cool if they incorporated that.
Yeah.
Because technically they say that Celebrimbor is the one who forges all the rings, and then Sauron kills him.
And I think that they're supposed to be lovers.
With the hammer.
I think they're supposed to be lovers.
Is that said in the video games or not?
No. I think that they were talking about this for the show.
Oh, okay,
they're gonna be like lovers, and like they're like it's like the worst dark character, like one of the worst dark characters in fantasy is now going to be a gay character. So that's pretty interesting. What else? Just like a quick, a little mention, Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities, because Guillermo del Toro is a badass director. He did like Pan's Labyrinth and The Shape of Water, and it's going to be like an anthology series, which means each of the episodes are going to be different, kind of like Love, Death, and Robots. Mm-hmm. And like he does some really cool shit, so I'm kind of excited to see what that's going to be about. And my animated show of the year is Crepopolis, which is a animated show by Dan Harmon, who did Harmon Quest as well as Community.
And Rick and Morty.
and Rick and Morty, and it's gonna be on Fox. And it looks like it's like a D&D ish. I don't know. There was like monsters
it's just
and
fantasy.
there was like centaurs and stuff. But it's gonna be on Fox, and it looks like it's gonna be like a pretty good comedy. So I'm excited to see what that's all about.
All right, for video game of 2022, I'm most excited for Elden Ring, which comes out in February. It's the next From Software big thing, and it looks amazing. I cannot wait to get my hands on that.
And J.R. Martin.
Yeah.
George R. Martin.
He does
George
all
R.
the
Martin.
lore.
What the fuck am I talking about? George R. Martin.
Movie I'm most excited for is the new Thor, Love and Thunder. I'm just, it's really just like I just want to see like where they pick up off from the fact that Thor left with the Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm just like because I know there's going to be a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I just don't know if like. I'm super curious to see like how they intertwine, whether or not, because Thor does join the Guardians for a while. So I'm curious to see what they do with all of that. And also it seems like Natalie Portman may be taking on the role of Beta Ray Bill. So see how that goes. Animated movie, I'm beyond excited for Into the Spider-Verse 2, especially because you get to see Spider-Man 2099. So I can't wait for that. That's my favorite Spider-Man version. For anime, Chainsaw Man, I've been seeing a lot of stuff about that, so I'm excited. Like people love the manga, so I'm excited to really see like what happens once the anime comes out. And then for TV show. Animated? Oh no, it's not going to be in. It's the Halo show that's coming out is live action, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm really excited for that. And I don't think I had an animated show.
You also didn't say a live action movie. Oh no, you did.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm also
you
extremely
said them
excited.
before. You flipped them.
I'm also extremely excited for The Last Kingdom, the final season. Also, Peaky Blinders is getting their final season too. I'm really excited for that.
I mean, an animated show that is coming out. Not coming out. That there's getting a continuation is.
Oh no, I said Vox Machina. Vox Machina is the
yeah.
animated show I'm super excited for. Yeah, I said that, I just didn't write it down. It's coming out at the end of this month. And
Yeah.
beyond
I was gonna
excited.
say one that might be the final season is that we watch is The Dragon Prince on Netflix.
It didn't. It says that there's another season coming up, but it hasn't said final season. But it definitely could be the final season.
Yeah.
Because what I'm trying to think of the chapter. No, maybe it won't be the chapters. They call it. No, because there's 6 primary elements, and the chapters have all been one of the primary elements. So they're potentially like I feel like originally they probably thought there was going to be 6, but yeah, this could be the last one. I don't know.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Yeah, that show's great.
But that's all we got for you guys. Excited to be back doing the podcast again. Sorry for the 3 weeks where we were lackluster and not doing it.
Merch, you can still get merch. Link always in the bio and stuff. Help support your local podcasters. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this week, guys. So have a good week.
Junior, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on the block disobeying the law.
You've done it like 4 times.
I know. I'm sorry. Well, we just talked about it on New Year's, so I could not do it. Pops.maniac or nerdy.bros.inc on Instagram. DM me anytime you want. You want to talk about anything. Tito?
And you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at BanditoTito93. You can always just at me, shoot me a DM. I'd love to talk about anything nerdy related. Tell me what you like about the show, what you dislike, what you want to see and hear. Reach out, you guys.
All right, guys. Have a good week.
Okay, guys. Bye.